Sides that have probably the great improvers this season, looking to return to the finals this season. But not only return to the finals, put themselves in the top two, get the all-important week off, Ed, which matters so much as well, getting home field advantage in the finals. So finishing the top two, not only is it a week off, it's a guaranteed home semi. And Dandy Thunder have not lost at home at all this season. In fact, neither has Heidelberg. So both these two teams have been brilliant at home. The Burgers, in fact, Ed, if you've got to go right back to April 2023, was their last loss in a home and away fixture at home.
Really?
So they lost one game since then, which was a penalty shootout final against Hume last year. But other than that, they have been basically unbeatable at this venue.
Unbelievable.
Last time they were here, they were down 2-0 against St Albans and came from behind to get a 2-2 draw. So that streak almost ended, but Dandy Thunder hoping to be the side to end the Burgers' hot run. Of course, a win for Heidelberg will take them into top of the table, at least for the evening, until Avondale plays St Albans tomorrow. Great to have your company here on the NPL Victoria YouTube page. Apologies for the earlier technical difficulties. A very chilly night out here in Melbourne's North, Ed. I mean, we're having a conversation with one of the spectators who was giving us the weather update, saying it was going to be as low as 2 degrees tonight.
It's just ridiculous, really. But we're prepared. We're rugged up.
We are. Well, it reminds me back in round one, Ed, we were in shorts and a T-shirt. Now here we are in our heavy jackets. We're all set to go. I've even brought the gloves with me as well, Ed. So I'm prepared. I know how cold it gets here. Here's Sebit Noor looking to feed it through towards Joash, and it's intercepted. Yuki Ishida with a nice little flick on out towards Ali Suleimani. Back for the run there of the Japanese attacker, who gives away the free kick.
Where would you rather be, McMahon, at this ground? Would you rather be kind of attacking the canteen end or the road end?
There's no wind. There's no wind here tonight, Ed.
No, but one of the ends would be a scoring end statistically. It wouldn't purely be an even split.
Thinking back to, if we're going to go off recent form, when Heidelberg were here last, the southern road end saw 3 goals out of the 4 in that 2-2 draw.
Yes.
So perhaps maybe, if history is to repeat itself tonight, if we're going off a bit of recency bias, perhaps the southern road end?
I think you'd rather be shooting towards the end where there are the guardrails for the ball.
Yeah.
Because then you can shoot more fearlessly. Whereas if you're shooting towards the road end, you're worried about taking out a car.
I don't know if they're thinking too much about that, Ed, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Man.
Ali into Sebit Noor, to get it on his left foot. Adara to Jamal Ali. Heidelberg, of course, fresh off a 2-0 win as well in the Doherty Cup, which booked their place in the national stages of the Australia Cup as well, into the semis of the Doherty Cup. 2-0 win against Northcote City the other night, have made 6 changes after fielding a very, very much so a heavily rotated side for their match on Tuesday, but all the fresh legs all back in the team today. Dandy Thunder, of course, have their Doherty Cup quarter-final next Tuesday against Avondale, so they could still join Heidelberg in the national stages of the Australia Cup. The 2 sides that have qualified for the competition in South Melbourne, who won on penalties against Dandy City, and Nunawading City from VPL2, who beat Hume City. Fletcher looking to get forward, looking for the run there of Max Bassetto. He's in behind! And a good stop there from Jamie Young. All his experience on display there, coming off his line and denying the young Western United attacker the opener of the game.
Well, Fletcher Fulton, we know he's a flying fullback, and the little dink is all it needed to set Max Bassetto free, and he kind of had 2 options. It was either far post down to Jamie Young's left-hand side or possibly go around him, the harder option down towards the near post. But as you said, Jamie Young fast out, very, very quick.
Corner here for the Burgers. Thank you very much. much as well to the brilliant hospitality here at Olympic Village as the ball falls out there to Fletcher Fulton. Another shot there on the volley. Couldn't get through the sea of Dandy Thunder players. And a free kick. No, not given to Dandy Thunder. We're just waiting there for the free kick. And the Dandy Thunder bench up in arms as Lesiotis, left lane, back towards Lesiotis. A nice little back heel. Aidara in the crossing position. Still a chance here for Heidelberg. Big collision there on that far side. And Dandy Thunder bench not happy. Adam Pinnock and co. Letting the referee know about it. They felt they should have been going in the way of Dandy Thunder. Here's left leg. Sebit Noor. Back to Jamal Ali, who just let it run a little bit. Here's Collins.
So you can tell straight away, Nick, this is going to be a very high velocity game.
Yeah.
Both teams, like.
It's off the ball, looking for Bourgeois. Landing form at the moment. Second in the Golden Boot. To make something happen, and he's ushered out there for a corner.
Obviously, Heidelberg are already dominating the ball, but you can tell straight away that Dandy on the counter-attack will be very tough to deal with. Keep an eye out for that.
First game this season delivered. It was a 3-2 thriller at George Andrews Reserve. Very spiteful. John Anastasiadis, the coach of Heidelberg, was actually sent off that game as well.
Unreal.
Dandy Thunder were down 2-1 and came back to win 3-2. It's an amazing game of football down in Melbourne Southeast as the ball floated into the area and Collins almost got ahead to it. The ball's here to Jamal Ali, who takes it on the volley. Didn't quite get on the end of it. Ball floated back into the area there from Ben Collins, and it's out there for a goal kick. I've got to say, Ed, a big thank you as well here to our gracious hosts here at Heidelberg at Olympic Village, providing us with some fresh food and water as well for us here on commentary, and as well for our camera operator as well. Great stuff to have out here at Heidelberg.
To be honest, I'm not surprised at all that it's this venue and this club that has provided us with such lovely treats. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Heidelberg United.
What are they?
I'm not sure. There must be, I think, a sandwich of some sort. I can see bread.
You can tell they're good, Nick, man, because the paper bag is now see-through.
Yes.
Because of the
oil and the moisture.
The more you can see through the bag.
Yeah, but as you can tell here, Ed, if you can see it, just if you bend down a little bit underneath that grandstand, there is a thick layer of fog starting to fall on that left-hand side. Just goes to show how cold it is out here at Olympic Village. Here's a chance for Clark, looking to push the pace here for Dandy Thunder. Jallo does well to ride the challengers. Lesiotis did well to win it back, and here's Cole Taylor. Happy to just keep possession here. Jamie Young barking instructions, all his experience from his time in the A-League for Jamie Young, one of the best goalkeepers in the modern league. Modern years in the A-League, as Jamal Ali looking to get forward. Here's Sebit Noor with some space on the right. Whips it in towards Macedo, and it's nodded away there by Alessi. Fulton offering support there on that left-hand side, and Cheetah is going to put him under pressure, but Fletcher Fulton gets past him. Fulton still going, ball on the deck. It's out for another corner.
Fletcher Fulton is playing like his number says he should.
Yes.
Rocking the number 7 at left back, which is very James Milner.
Well, he is. He is a winger by trade, and he's been used as a bit of an auxiliary left back recently.
Nothing better than that, I would say. I remember Lazar Markovic played at a right back. So that was the best day of my life.
I wasn't expecting a Lazar Markovic reference here at Olympic Village, but here we are.
Don't be surprised. There'll be more.
Fulton did score against Dandy Thunder the last time these two teams met. Basically, instant impact off the bench as the ball floated in towards the back post. We'll come out here to Sebit Noor. Jamal Ali, one of the most attacking fullbacks in the league. Lesiotis. Back to Baceto. Well defended there from Thunder, but it will be coming back. Good passage of play here from Heidelberg. Done well to lock it in their attacking half. Yokokawa along the deck. Taylor, cool, calm as ever. Play his way out of trouble. Jones again with a strong challenge. Ben Collins Pressure there from Hassan Jallo. Maybe waited just a second too long, and Thunder do well there to win the throw.
Having to batten down the hatches a little bit here, Dandenong. But as we said earlier, Nick Mann, once they can clear the ball away, they are looking dangerous on the counter-attack. So perhaps an Adam Pittock conceding possession and trusting his defence to deal with what's thrown at them.
And thank you very much to everyone watching on here on the NPL Victoria YouTube page. We do apologise for the delayed start. Technical issues here in Melbourne's North. But great to have your company here tonight for this titanic battle between second and third. I'd expect if the ladder plays out in the way that we expect in finals, you expect third to beat sixth in the nation final by law of averages. Heidelberg finish where they are, and Danny Thunder finish third. This exact matchup, this exact fixture, would be a semi-final between Heidelberg and Danny Thunder. So there's every chance that come September we'll see these two teams lock horns again.
And it'll matter hugely, as we said earlier, where that game will be played.
Yeah,
based on their home records.
Considering both of these sides unbeaten at home this season. Dandy Thunder, though, looking for that big scalp away from home, which hasn't come just yet. Could it be today? Otis does well. They're able to get the win today, Dandy Thunder. They'll be back within 2 points of Heidelberg on the standing, so still a little bit of distance between the two sides. But if they lose today, they'll be falling 8 points behind. And with 8 games to go after this, it's a mountain to climb, to say the least, for Dandy Thunder. Of course, if St Albans are able to cause an upset and beat Avondale tomorrow, it'll only be 6, but should results play out how we think they're going to play out this weekend, Dandy Thunder, if they don't win this game, will find themselves more than likely playing out for a home elimination final. But alas, we'll let the football do the talking. We're not going to doomsay just yet. Here's Van Amerengen. Great story, Tyset Van Amerengen, one of the best defenders in the league this season. From Alessi looking for Clark, but he's offside. But Tyce Van Amerengen now. He was playing Metros last year for Swinburne FC.
Shout out.
So rose right through the ranks. Of course, he did play second division in Holland.
I was going to say.
And he played one game for Swinburne last year, but it is his former club. When he did sign for Dandy Thunder, there were a few eyebrows raised.
That's Swinburne Metro. No.
But he's come in and has solidified himself as one of the best defenders in this league. It's quite a story, and even when you look at some of these players that are out there today as well, Daniel Clark last year spent the second half of last season in State League 1 with Elfie Redbacks, a year away from NPL Victoria last year, and he's come back and picked up where he left off. The great form we saw with him at Oakley Cannons for all those years. And
is there a reason why he went to Eltham?
Well, he started the year at Green Gully and then departed the club, and then he decided to finish his time at Eltham Redbacks.
Yeah.
Help him get promoted to VPL 2. Souza out towards Fletcher Fulton. Otis McLean, and here's Souza. Collins. Nor.
Caught me with my mouth full.
I'm really sorry. Didn't realise that you had the ciabatta bread and
saw me take the bite. I'll be back to you in 2 minutes.
happened. Ed, verdict?
I mean, top notch.
What have we got?
We've got I believe it's a pork situation with some coleslaw in the roll.
Interesting.
And as delicious and moist as this pork is, I'm very glad that we provided with bottled water.
Yeah. Oh, very good.
You mentioned people who are at the game with the one earphone. If that is you, come say hello at halftime.
Absolutely.
Please. I want to see. Give us some feedback if you like.
Here's Ali driving forward towards the byline. Strong challenge by Mehmedi, and it's out for a corner. Jamal Ali showing all his prowess. He's one of the most awkward customers for defenders. Scored already, I believe, 5 or 6 goals this season. And at times, Ed, he starts at right back, but the positions he takes up is almost as a second striker. He's one of the most amazing players to watch in the flesh, and a real, just brilliant commodity to this Heidelberg team. So Yokokawa now on set-piece duties. Ball whipped into the back stick. Seto calls for a handball. Lesiotis. And here is the aforementioned Ali. Yokokawa. Goes into the area, and Basetto took it on the volley. And it's out for a goal kick.
A couple half chances now for Heidelberg here, Nick. And we had confidence in Dandenong's ability to counter-attack, but yet to see it so far. Been a couple offside calls. Just played passes and looking away from transition. If I'm Adam Pittock right now, I'm looking at this and going, okay, how much longer do we give this? And how many more chances or half chances can we concede before we concede a beating? Chicken, by the way.
Chicken. Very good. Very good. Oh, Jamie Young, a nervous moment at the back there, and almost turned it over in the most unfortunate positions, but breathe a sigh of relief. Moe Dara nodding it on. Here's Kyle Taylor. While you have Tice Van Amerengen playing last season in the Metros in Melbourne, Kyle Taylor was strutting his stuff in League One with Exeter City. Amazing coup for Dandy Thunder this year. Of course, as well, spent time at Bournemouth during the Eddie Howe era. Well played there from Ali. Back to Ben Collins, and round of applause there for the Heidelberg fans as they work their way through it. Despite the conditions, not a bad turnout here for Friday night football. Of course, plenty of football happening right across the state, but proper winter footy, to say the least. Here's Macedo. Here's North. Man in form at the moment. Twisting and turning one way. It's a lovely ball into the area. It's the back post! And it's just gone wide. It was Yokokawa who made the run at the back post. And the Heidelberg fans in front of us said they thought that was a certain goal. But the optical illusion of the net, the fans here in the grandstand, leave the Burgers fans slightly disappointed.
I really did think that was it. The ripple, as he said, of the net, deceiving many of the people in front of us. Great ball in, just looping inside curler on the left foot. Tough to say from this angle whether that really should have gone in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredibly hard still hitting that on the volley, side footing, and trying to get past Jamie Young. And again, another opportunity for Heidelberg.
They're starting to really turn the screws at the moment. That Heidelberg has been this season in some of those games against teams that really they should win comfortably. The likes of Port Melbourne and Melbourne Knights are in the relegation zone. They had to come from behind and win those games, but when they've played the better sides, particularly here, like they did against Avondale, they have just risen to the occasion. They are a force to be reckoned with, Heidelberg, as Paul George putting Jamie Young under pressure. Ben Amerengen out wide, clearing ball through towards the run there of Clark. Again, the Thunder bench protesting their case, and it's going to throw in again to Heidelberg.
It feels like it's going to be the way this game's going to play out for Dandenong Thunder. The press from Heidelberg is so aggressive that you've got to just play a picture-perfect pass into the midfield and control it and then distribute it.
Nor in towards Yokokawa. The shot's blocked. Still a chance there for Yokokawa. Goes to ground inside the box. Here's Ali. Cross blocked in another corner, and you can just feel it at the moment, Ed. The fans as well in front of us starting to make their presence known as well. This team riding high. They know a win today, or a draw, of course, will be a club record. 65-year wait to break their 16-game record. Unbeaten games for all competitions if they get to 17 today. Yokokawa now standing over this corner. Ball whipped in, left leg, got a foot to it, it's not towards goal. It's cleared away. And really, it is all one-way traffic at the moment. Yokokawa on the run. Just a flicker past his man, and it's out there for a goal kick. Of course, as well, Ed, as we were reminded before the game, we went over to get the team sheets. It's a very happy birthday as well to our assistant referee number 2, Nicoletta Satiriopoulos as well. Happy birthday, Nicoletta. And of course, this year on the near side, we'll give her the heads up from her teammates in the refereeing department today to say happy birthday.
It's always a funny instance when you knock on the referee room door.
So I hope she's having a fantastic day.
Where would you rather be?
Yeah, absolutely.
Friday night
At Olympic Village. Here's Salamovsky. Mehmedi.
This is the first time I've seen them control their ball in Heidelberg.
It's just ticked over 24 minutes played, and it's really, as you mentioned, it's just been one-way traffic. So if Dandy Thunder can just build something here, get a little bit of momentum, put this Heidelberg defence under pressure, they can really use this as a springboard, as a cheater's ball into the area. Soleimani couldn't get a head on it. In fact, he did, but went completely the wrong way. And actually a kickstart a counter-attack here for Heidelberg, because Basetto is breaking free, as is Fletcher Fulton, looking to get down the left. It's a 2v2 here for Heidelberg. Fulton looking to get in behind his man. A risky back pass to Young. He did well there, Jamie Young. Used all his expertise to get that one away. Anthony Lesiotis winning it back. Fulton. Madara. Here's Collins. Clark couldn't get a foot in. Ali now in a crossing position. A few step overs there from the fullback. Still going Jamal Ali. Fancy footwork, but goes short there to Sebit Noor instead. Collins. Patience here from Heidelberg. Fulton. Lesiotis. Basetto. Plays along the deck, looking for the run there of Adara. Just assessing his options here, Adara. Fizzle on the deck! And the Burgers lead! Jamal Ali, yet again! 7 goals from fullback this season. They were turning the screws. And Heidelberg draw first blood here at Olympic Village.
Too much time, too much space on this right-hand side. I saw before he did 7 or 8 step-overs with no challenge, so he probably read the situation. He just decided, you know what, I'll just walk my way up and play a dangerous ball inside. And the ball is inside that 18-yard box at that speed. Something is going to happen. And then it went.
The patience there, going from side to side, not rushing things, just waiting for the right pass. Adara just fizzing that one along the deck. And Jamal Ali, who we spoke about, Ed, who gets himself in the right place at the right time, is almost that second striker. With almost number 9-like instincts here. Just look at this here from Adara. Does so well getting to the byline. And Ali just standing and waiting for it at the near post. He just turned his foot and placed it past Jamie Young. He's now scored 7 goals this season.
High quality finish.
I'll tell you what, I know that Liverpool have already signed Frimpong, but perhaps if you're looking for an attacking right back, might be here at Olympic Village to replace Trent Alexander-Arnold. Clark, back out to Soleimani, can respond almost instantly. Strong challenge there, but the flag is up. We saw the last time these two teams played, Dandy Thunder, after going behind 2-1, they equalised almost instantaneously. One thing I love here is we've got almost the two cheer squads. We've got the couple in front of us, and then we've got a few down to our right as well.
And if you're hearing these chants and thinking, my gosh, there's a coliseum worth of people here, there's 200 people. No, it's just 3 guys. They're making that much noise.
It's great to see. It's Ali's ball through to Sevic Law. He's in behind, get along the neck. And Van Amerongen getting back and putting it behind for a corner. They are just lightning at the moment, Heidelberg.
This right-sided combination is really too much for Dandenong to deal with. Saying that, if you go along the left-hand side, there's Fletcher Fulton on the other side as well.
It's an embarrassment of riches.
I'm just wondering what Adam Pittock can do to switch things up. We know that they play with the aggressive wing-backs with Romanovsky and Ali Soleimani. Do you drop them back or just play 5 maybe, or switch to a 4 and then have an extra man in midfield? Because that's where they're getting, and that's their game plan as well. The counter-attack.
May have to be, because they're under enormous pressure at the moment, and they will breathe a sigh of relief here, because that corner was overhit by Yokokawa. No one was able to chase it down. But you are right, Ed. You do wonder if maybe it has to become a bit more of a back 5, or maybe even looking to go to a back 4 at half time.
I mean, I'm obviously the right person to be. I would go to a back 4, slot an extra man in the midfield, because they're getting pressed so hard. They want to play football, obviously. They want to play with the ball. They can't, because they've got too many people in defence knocking it around the back. Put another man in midfield.
Well, it's a 3v2 in midfield at the moment every single time, but even sometimes it's a 4v2 when Ali drops in as that second number 9.
And Fletcher Fulton as well. He's inverting too. So Adam Pittock, if you're listening,
I doubt Adam Pittock has the one AirPod in or Bluetooth earphones. There's a strong header there. It's a big reaction out of Van Gooden. It's Jamie Young again, a nervous moment at the back. Taylor, let it run. Here's Clark, feeding it out wide. Soleimani. Uchida. The run of Jallo. Good challenge from Ryan Lefleen. Lesiotis. You can see that Heidelberg as well have really scoped that every time Dandy Thunder want to play out from the back and that ball goes back to Jamie Young, is just, you've got them putting all the pressure on him to try and force a turnover, and a lot of joy with it, even if it isn't causing exact turnover, just putting a bit of pressure on them.
Yeah, but you look at it here now, and sure, Dandenong are knocking the ball around. So Jamie Young's stepping in to become an extra man. So now they can push somebody further forward. But before then, it was just 3 defenders knocking around the back. You don't need that many.
Well, as well, look how high that Heidelberg line was as well, forcing Dandy Thunder to try and play through them, and almost into a bit of an offside trap as well to push those wingers further up, as free kick is going in the favour of Heidelberg. And again, Adam Pittock not happy with that decision.
It's a shame when we're commentating on the side that Adam Pittock is not on.
Yeah. Well, the beauty was, actually, it does look like we are going to get a substitution already here for Dandy Thunder. It's going to be Mohamed Selamovsky coming off here, and Aiden Edwards coming on. So Aiden Edwards is a central midfielder by trade. So Selamovsky looks fine. Doesn't look like he's hurt or anything. So perhaps a tactical change after already half an hour.
Adam Pittock and the player exchanging a little high five. So an understandable substitution perhaps, and maybe one that they flagged early doors to say, look, we're going to try something. If it doesn't work, we'll switch it up.
Selamovsky had scored in his last 2 games, but he's the one who makes way. Aiden Edwards on here. I think the remaining hour of this contest is Still plenty of time for Dandy Thunder to muster up a fight back, but they're really up against it here. I actually don't mind the early changes.
I don't mind it at all.
Scoping it early and not wasting time to make that change and get on the front foot early if they can.
Let's have a look at the shape here, Nick Man, and see how they change things up.
Edwards has already slotted in next to Kyle Taylor in midfield. Just wonder though if they got that third body who's going to come and support. Here's Basetto. Going to go himself, and Amarengan lets it run, and it's out for a goal kick. But
I don't want to call it early, but it maybe looks like a back four.
Well, yeah, perhaps.
I mean, look, you've now just got the two centre backs, the wing backs pushing up high, midfield dropping in, three in the midfield.
Yeah, I mean, it could be going to maybe a 4-3-3. So Romanovsky perhaps playing as a left back now.
I think it's a change that makes sense.
It looks like Van Amarengan actually might be playing as a number 6. So he's very technical. Good pressure again here from Heidelberg again. And they've turned it over. Here's Basetto in a shooting position. Basetto looking inboard. Bourgeois, can he get the ball out from underneath him? It's cleared away. Collins. Ali, the goal scorer. Lesiotis. Here's Fulton. Yokokawa. Basetto. Well defended there from Soleimani. And again, that clearance is straight back to a Heidelberg player, and the Burgers can just reset once more. Look at that from Ryan Lefley. Did very well to step past Hassan Jallo.
I think there was a big tackle in there, Nick Man, in the box. It's tough to say who it was for Dandenong Thunder, but a clutch tackle in a higher risk. If you get that wrong, player goes down, penalty straight away. But that's then the downfall. If this is a four at the back, they don't have that extra player to relieve the pressure.
Yeah.
So it's difficult for Adam Pittock, and Heidelberg may have made a tactical change in their own right to counter this as well. So.
Touch on Edwards and Lesiotis winning it back. Nor, Joash still going. Feeds it through towards Nor, but just on the same wavelength. It feels more and more that it's a matter of when, not if, that second goal is coming for Heidelberg. Don't need to keep on harping on about how well they're playing, but they've just been brilliant. It's been breathtaking.
They've been really good, but here come Dandy now with the numbers coming forward.
Good ball from Soleimani looking for a cheater, but Fulton puts it out for a throw-in.
If you're Heidelberg going in, if the score stays the same going into half-time, you'd actually be a bit disappointed.
Well, you'd have to think, Ed, you don't want to leave the door ajar. You want to make the most of this dominance. They led twice against Dandy Thunder earlier this year and didn't put them to the sword when they had the chance. Of course, that game was very different. Dandy Thunder were creating a lot more chances. They had Heidelberg on the back foot at times, but
that's a good ball.
They did leave that door ajar. Here's Uchida. Soleimani in a crossing position. Floats it in towards the back post, but it's come off the outside of his foot, and it's out for a goal kick. And that really sums up the first half of Dandy Thunder.
It does a bit, but positive signs there, Nick Man, because if that's all it took was one good ball inside, you can turn, you can feed. Because the way that Heidelberg is shaping up, it's a very strong defensive line and then a very strong pressing line. And they don't have a huge amount of numbers in midfield. So if they can play a ball, make something happen, then they're in.
Good ball from Collins, and Nor isolated here on this near side. A few step overs, looking to get inside on his left. Ali. Aidara. It's back, and again back towards Sebit Nor. Collins. Nor again. Getting behind his man, plays on the deck, and it's cleared away. Aidara. Lesiotis. Left lead. Again, this patient build-up from Heidelberg. They're just not phased at all, it seems. It seems, despite when they're under pressure, they're able to just go from side to side, and it seems like they're always able to find that next pass with relative ease. It's beautiful to watch as Souza's ball intercepted by Romanovsky, but it's coming straight back. Nor. Siotis. Yokokawa. Kingston.
Look at the wing play here from Heidelberg, Nick Van. Like, just overloading the wings. And Dandy just don't have the numbers to deal with it.
No. Seeing how, look at Jamal Ali just probing as that extra is now playing almost at number 10.
Look at the space out wide.
But also like just drawing the players in, just waiting slowly. Last of the football from Johnny A's side as Moe Zara looking for Bourgeois down the right-hand side, but it was a heavy touch and out for a goal kick. So just a reminder, we spoke about the record. It's on the line today.
And that interesting stat from 2015, which we haven't spoken about as well.
So, of course, a win or a draw today will make it a record 17 games unbeaten in all. Now, this is a record that's lasted since 1960. It's been 65 years since this record has been broken. Well, it stood for 65 years, but the last time Heidelberg came close to breaking it was back in 2015, where they went 15 games unbeaten under George Katsakis. Now, the game where their winning streak starts, the game before that was they lost against Bentley Greens. So we'll come back to it in just a sec as Van Marenga just had to work his way through two Heidelberg players. Burgers then went on to win 15 straight, or 15 games unbeaten in all comps. And they lost against Bentley Greens. They were the team that ended the streak at Kingston Heath. Now, the coach of Bentley Greens that night, John Anastasiadis, the man who is, of course, in the dugout now for Heidelberg. But interestingly enough, on top of that, is that we spoke about it earlier. The last team to beat Heidelberg this season is Dandy Thunder. Now, I know the scoreline isn't going in Dandy Thunder's favour, but just something to keep in the back of your mind. A little bit of, it's not numerology Cameron Mooney style, but there's something in that.
There is something in the air tonight, considering it is Friday 13th.
It is Friday the 13th as well. And I believe that loss was on, well, it was June 19th. So
okay, pretty close. Pretty close.
So it's 10 years. Of course, the loss end of the streak was down in the southeast. It's not here at the village. But just something to keep in mind. Collins calls for a handball, and now an opportunity here for Dandy Thunder.
This really is a little opportunity now. Get the delivery right here and completely change the shape of this halftime break.
Wouldn't the team talk change if Dandy Thunder are able to get an equaliser before half-time, and if they're able to go into the Sheds level despite Heidelberg's dominance? So, this Cole Taylor and Mercer Mehmedi standing over it. Mercer Mehmedi did score the goal of the week last week. It was an absolute peach against Altona Magic. That 6-0 win at home. Whipped in towards the back post. Got it away there by Collins. It falls there to Achita, who whacks it towards goal. And it's out for a corner. So it took a deflection on the way through, and it sat up well there for Achita, but just unable to steer it on target. But did take a deflection.
Yeah, and the players hovering around the box there as well, just waiting to tap it in. It does feel like one of those games, sorry, Nick, where there will be a random goal here or there.
Quarter here for Dandy Thunder. Ball into the near post, and it's nodded back towards Taylor. It will be a throw-in to Dandy Thunder. So a period of prolonged possession and territory as well here for Dandy Thunder. Clark does well. He's back out here to Mehmedi. Romanovsky feeds through Taylor. To Mehmedi. Taking it upon himself, Mercer Mehmedi. Still not cleared, but now's a chance for Heidelberg to break. It's a 4v2. Lesiotis has Joach alongside him. Up for Bassetto. Bassetto bearing down. Cuts inside. The shot's blocked. And the opportunity was there for Heidelberg. This game has opened up as Dandy Thunder look to go back the other way. Uchida goes to ground. And it's a throw into Heidelberg.
Tricky counter-attack for Anthony Lesiotis to figure out as he's moving through. Bassetto went as wide as he probably could, but Dandy actually did really well to stay narrow, understanding that he's going to have to cut inside to get the shot off. But again, I think it's just one of those opportunities that Heidelberg have had throughout this half where they're going to go, gee, could we be 2 or 3 up, and could this game already be put to bed?
That was such beautiful play in transition, but just unable to test Jamie Young was Max Pacetto. That shot blocked. He did have Bourgeois alongside and did Lesiotis, but he opted to go to his left, perhaps maybe looking for someone like Pacetto to cut in on his favoured right and try and curl it around Jamie Young, but just played around 42 minutes here at Olympic Village. Jamal Ali's goal, the difference between the two sides. A win today for Heidelberg will take them top of the table for at least the evening, or at least until around 5 p.m. tomorrow. At the least, it could be until next week if results go their way tomorrow. Stepping all the way up and playing it short there to Edwards. Subbed on early in this game for Selamovsky. Cheetah. For Soleimani, but well played by Fulton to put it out for a throw-in. As much as there has been Heidelberg in control of this game, does have a little bit of a finals feel to it. I don't want to use hyperbole, but it does feel a bit like a final.
Finals football.
Clark. Collins does well. And it's a free kick and a bit of afters there between Clark and Collins. Jamal Ali coming across to have a word there with the referee. Referee for tonight is Lucas Madia.
You ever knocked on the referee's room and they've offered you a lolly?
No.
Yeah, it's happened a couple of times actually. They'll have a little bowl of sweet treats.
Yes, I have seen the bowl, but I've never been offered.
It's, on occasion I will moonlight for a radio station, Nickman, and I'll work the AFL rooms, and I'll go in and they'll have like the treats laid out, like the Gatorade, and I just think to myself, one day I'll grab it. But then I know I'll be caught on the camera and put on bounce.
And so you'll be put on Fox Footy and they'll be all after you.
Yes. The referee's room is genius.
It is. I was once on a front bar, they took the mick out of me during a press conference. So yeah, we'll talk about that during half time. So trust me, I've been there and done that. It was not really like a crack, but just a bit of a jovial sort of gag at my expense and a couple of the other journos present that day. It wasn't anything harsh. It was actually pretty funny. As we'll come back to that. Breaking the no Sharon rule here is Soleimani.
The conflict of interest is
a little bit of afters on that far side. Pacetto and Soleimani with a bit of argy-bargy. Of course, if your footy is your taste, make sure you are flicking on 7 or Fox Footy for the footy down in Tassie.
Yeah, be cold down there.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be around 4 or 5 degrees in Tassie tonight. As Romanovsky. Moving towards half-time. We're at the mercy of the fourth official to see how much added time there will be, and it's turned over. Here's a chance for Heidelberg to go. Yokokawa. Schwartz. Isolated with Van Amerenga. Cuts inside Bourgeois. Fires on his left. It's a good save there from Young. And getting across the clear was Soleimani. It was well played by the ball. And a strong challenge there, and Pacetto and Uchida with a physical altercation.
Could have potentially been a bit of afters there. Pacetto stayed down, so wondering if Uchida maybe let a foot in or something like that, or Pacetto maybe just trying to avoid the yellow card.
I'm not entirely sure, but there has been a bit of spice in this game over the last few minutes or so as we close it on half-time, Ed. I think that when I spoke about this being a final, it just feels like such a high-stakes game for both teams, and you can see it on the field. It matters so much for these two sides battling it out. As just having a look here at the replay, was Pacetto looking to chase down Yuki Uchida. It was a fair challenge, fair free kick, but is there a little bit of afters though, Ed?
Just a little bit. Not enough for the referee to pull them aside. Just a bit of frustration, perhaps.
Hard for us to get the full picture, but referee Lucas Madia, of course, had a front row seat to that. So closing in on half time here. Can Dandy Thunder manufacture one more chance before the break? Ball fed through here to Clark. Plays it into the box, and it's cleared by Lesiotis. And that's half-time here at Olympic Village. Heidelberg, a goal to the good, courtesy of Jamal Ali. The Burgers closing in on a record-breaking result tonight. A win or a draw will mean they go 17 games unbeaten, breaking a 65-year club record, but also will put them top of the table. Dandy Thunder had a couple of chances late in that second half, but Heidelberg definitely with the majority of the great chances just were unable to build on that 1-0 lead. And all their dominance for the majority of that first half, they're good.
Yeah, it was an interesting.
Incredible to watch.
It's really interesting. It's fascinating. I would not be surprised at all, though, Dandy Thunder come out barnstorming with a lot of fire in their bellies, really, really going for it. We know the type of football that Adam Piddick likes to play, and it doesn't look like that's happening at the moment, so I wouldn't be surprised if they come out and really put on a show.
We'll be back in around 15 minutes' time. Plenty of other football happening right across the state on NPL Victoria YouTube, just going around the grounds quickly. Dandy City, Green Gully, 0-0. Melbourne Victory leading against Oakley.
Wow.
And Jack Evans reserve after 6 minutes. And Port Melbourne Sharks and Melbourne Knights 0-0 over at JL Murphy Reserve. We'll be back in around 15 minutes' time for the second half here at Olympic Village. The score here is Heidelberg 1, Dandenong Thunder 0.
okay?
Welcome back to Olympic Village. This round 18 NPL Men's Victoria Clash. Second versus third. Heidelberg leading against Dandy Thunder 1-0 as we get ready to start the second half. The Burgers leading courtesy of a goal from Jamal Ali. He's 7th of the season from right back. Has them in front and as a result on the live ladder in first for the time being. But of course it's all about the records, it seems, today. If they do win today or just get a draw, it will be 17 games unbeaten in all competitions, which will be a club record, breaking their long-standing 16-game unbeaten run all the way back in 1960, which they equalled on Tuesday night against Northcote in the Doherty Cup. They have a chance to better it with a result today. I'm Nick Dabano and joined here with Ed Gooden. Ed, it is freezing cold to say the least, but the action is hot on the field. Looking forward to the final 45.
Yeah, the gloves are out, Nick. You put on the Adel Tarapt gloves to keep yourself warm.
Yeah.
The assistant referees have done the same. The birthday gloves are out.
Yes, of course.
And there's a mean mist. There's a fog descending on the ground. It's like we're playing in a cloud here at Olympic Village. But no, as he said, the game has been tactically very, very interesting.
Yeah.
And remains to be seen what Adam Pittock can do to counteract what Heidelberg have been able to do, which is just dominate the wing play. And as you see here, just play super, super narrow in defence and just not allow any space to Dandenong.
So it's only one change so far, and that's the man Aiden Edwards on the ball. Of course, he came on in the 30th minute for Mohamed Selamovsky. It was a tactical change from what we understand, but no further changes for either side at the half-time interval. Just having a look there on the scoreboard, Ed, and we have a bit of an error. We're ticking up from the 90th minute.
Interesting. So what math will that be? That 135th minute. Oh, there we go.
We'll fix that one up. A few ironic cheers from those in the stands here. But we've got a frozen clock, perhaps stuck due to
just so cold.
Yeah.
Frozen clock.
Sums it up.
There we go. It's ticking over now.
Pure June football. They might call it grumpy season in some parts, but boy, the action is good today. Jamie Young stepping out and playing it to Thijs van Amerengen. Oh, risky pass from the Dutchman. Van Amerengen, of course, did a bit of a half-time, as they call it in Italian, passeggiata around the perimeter of the pitch. And down in the just behind the goals that Dandy Thunder are going at the northern end of the ground, there's a little pocket of fans there. You see with the red and black beanies. That is the Swinburne FC crew.
You're kidding.
They are Thijs van Amerengen's former teammates.
Wow.
I recognise a couple of them. A few people who I know very well by the name of Tom Pollock and Harry Lawrence. So saw them on our walk around. So a few of the Swinburne crew out and about to support Thijs van Amerengen.
I'm a Swinburne alumni.
You are a Swinburne alumni.
Yes.
Alumni. Yes.
Actually, Swinburne online. So I don't know if that
Would you go lace them up for Swinburne FC?
I would. I don't think they'd have me, though. I'm not the most imposing footballer. More of a netball guy now.
No, I have heard that. Here's Uchida. Heading back onto his left. It's into the area. Lesionis got his chest to it. There were calls for a handball. I think that most of those protests actually came from that little pocket of Swinburne
Well, they're a
fans.
very smart group there, Nick Man, so they know, handball or not. Very educated.
Taylor, short to Suleimani. Of course, as well, we've got, as always, joined here at Olympic Village by the Heidelberg superfan running up and down the pitch today. Great to see. It's Kyle Taylor stepping through a few players, still going, and he goes to ground, no free kick, and now a chance here for Heidelberg to go back the other way. A Dara out to Sebit Noor. Tussle on that far side, and Dandy come to do well to work their way through it. Here's Jallo, been quiet so far today, their top scorer.
Been tough for him.
It's a tall task going up against Big Ben Collins and Ryan Lefleen. Very imposing duo, both Collins and Lefleen. Lefleen been a good pickup for Heidelberg this season. Feta Hargic being out for this whole year with a serious knee injury, and Lefleen has filled in brilliantly. And also a reminder that the transfer window is coming. It's the ball out towards Clark on that left-hand side, but the flag is up. It's an offside, so attack there from Dandy Thunder goes to North. Yeah, in a couple of weeks then we might start seeing some fresh faces emerging in around the Victorian football landscape. You'd expect that both of these two teams might be in the market.
Is it nationwide? It opens up, so teams from
It's the NPL transfer window.
in other states can.
So we may see a little bit of movement. Of course, Heidelberg last season, in the mid-season window, signed Sebit Noor. He's, of course, lining up on that far side. His form in the second half of the year landed him a contract with Central Coast. He's back here on loan. As Fulton goes to ground, and that's a free kick going in the favour there of Heidelberg. Perhaps, should that have been a yellow card, Lucas Madia opts against awarding one there to Uchida.
It's the second circumstance where there's been maybe some questionable antics. Tough to say though. Again, maybe just a little bit of frustration. Uchida has been pretty well shut down on the right-hand side.
Really only the one chance of note was that sort of volley in that first half. As you said, he's really struggled to get into the game, but talking about that mid-season window where Heidelberg have built some of this squad through that window. Jamal Ali and Moe Dara were signed in the mid-season window of 2023. And now become key parts of this Heidelberg team. And Sebit Noor, of course, we mentioned earlier. Another one of those players. Jamie Young, that's a risky pass, but found its way through to Edwards and won the free kick. Yokokawa was bearing down.
This is better from Dandy so far though.
Really steady start to the second half here from the visitors. They look a lot more comfortable, a lot more assured.
There may have been a change of shape from Heidelberg as well. It's looking more like a 4-2-2.
Yeah. And perhaps Yokokawa playing a little bit more as a second striker now, a little bit more out of midfield. So.
Yeah. And that you can see now that just allows Thunder to work the wide areas a little bit better.
Taylor's lost possession. Fulton plays it through towards Yokokawa. Couldn't keep it alive, according to assistant referee Nicoletta Satiriopoulos. As you mentioned, a big part of this seeing the change in shape, but the player that we're seeing getting very busy and getting a lot on the ball is Kyle Taylor. Here he is again. He's just been buzzing around at that base of midfield and acting as sort of their conductor and trying to get things moving.
He's the outlet, but as soon as he gets on the ball, he's heavily pressed. It's like he's maybe not being given enough options, or again, Heidelberg are just shutting it down too quickly. Someone I'd like to see on the ball a little bit more, your nickname is Ali Soleimani.
Yep.
I know how dangerous he can be.
Particularly going forward. And we just haven't seen enough of him today, but here he is looking to compete for possession here. Did well to win the header, but set a real task for a cheater, and Ryan Lethlean was happy to see that one out for a throw. Of course, as well, we've just gotten a text from one of the Swinburne crew, Tom Pollock, saying thanks for the shout out. So
he's got the AirPod in.
He must have the AirPod in. Or maybe got a bit of someone watching on at home who's
Thank you,
passed
Tom.
on. Hello to you, Tom.
What's he studying?
What was that?
What's he studying at Swinburne? Or
Tom
has he
Pollock.
graduated?
No, he's an alumni. Works for Bruce Media.
Ah?
One of the great media practitioners, one of the great media companies in Victoria.
Practitioners.
Yeah.
Maybe like a GP.
He's star of the business.
Have a quick look around the ground, see Nick Man as well. Melbourne Victory under 21s were 3-0 up against Oakley Cannons. Oakley have just pulled one back, so 3-1 at Jack Edwards Reserve, 29 minutes in.
So an absolute boil over on the cards, which is one to keep an eye on for these two teams. Of course, Oakley are in fourth, but a win for Victory would get them out of the relegation zone. That'd be a massive result for them.
And of course, Port Melbourne and Melbourne Knights, bottom of the table clash, 0-0 still. So you'd almost not want to draw.
No. Here's Soleimani. Crosses it into the area. And it's for a goal kick. And a nervous moment there for the Heidelberg defence. But a nice period here from Dandy Thunder.
Not sure what's changed. Maybe just instilling a bit of life into the players. But it's almost actually as if Heidelberg, they've changed their shape.
Yep.
And it's allowed more space out wide for these Dandy Thunder players. Because I can't see a substantial difference in the way that Thunder are shaping up.
But the press here as well from Thunder, looking to really hem Heidelberg in, and this has been inspired response here from the visitors that have come out with a bit of energy and perhaps a bit of a rev up from Coach Adam Piddick and his coaching staff at half time, you know, doing the G up necessary to try and get them back into this contest. Of course, still have artillery on the bench that they can call upon. A big collision on this near side between the two number 7s. Throw in there for Dandy Thunder. Of course, on the bench for Dandy Thunder is Liram Ilmazi, Sevden Ismaili, Jock Aquane, and Wade Decker. So you can expect we'll see Wade Decker at some point.
Bit of an X factor.
Yep. Scored plenty of goals at this level. Romanovsky isolated here with Ali. Ball whipped into the area. It's not a bad ball, but left lane got ahead to it. Big contest there, and no free kick awarded. Now a chance for Heidelberg to go. Sebit Noor looking to push the pace. Does well to get past his man and feeds it out wide towards Bourgeois. Opportunity here for the Burgers as plays in the middle. Crosses blocked. Back towards the ball. Joash still going. Well played there by Alessi. And it's cleared away. And this game has really opened up. Edwards does well to jockey his way past Lesiotis. Clark out to the left-hand side. Romanovsky just slowing things down for a second, waiting for the support to come.
Numbers got back so quickly for Heidelberg, even with that Dandy Thunder counter-attack.
Alessi. Soleimani in a crossing position here. Couldn't beat the first man. Dara just clears it away first time, but it played perfectly into the favour here of Dandy Thunder. It's a nice little spell from Adam Piddick's side.
It's a strange defensive structure here for Heidelberg. They're playing the 4 at the back, but then they're playing the 3 midfielders in front, but kind of staggered a little bit as well. So it's almost as if they're overloading the wings with those extra midfielders, not necessarily their fullbacks. So it's playing 8 at the back, but with a very high line.
Yeah. Fascinating. Don't you think about that one too much. Fulton. Been a bit quieter in this second half. He was electric getting forward in the early stages of this game. Basetto out to the goal scorer Ali, driving forward from defence and plays it out wide. Here's Sebit Noor. Look at how deep Dandy Thunder is by comparison, Ed. Not really making things easy whatsoever here for the home side. You can see how deep the midfield line is, and Jamie Young is screaming at them to get up.
Compare that to how Heidelberg were. It's stark difference in defensive philosophies.
Heidelberg just happy to sit on the ball for a little bit and a bit patient as Collins through to Ali. Trying to turn his man Jamal Ali, but Edwards just couldn't keep it alive, out for a throw-in. Looking for Adara. Edwards. Thunder happy to recycle possession through Young. Young with a cutting ball towards Taylor, and it's turned over. Adara. Here's Joash in a shooting position, plays it to Sebit Noor. Adara in support, gets to the byline, backing board, and Joash scores again. The raging ball makes it 2 for Heidelberg. They withstood the pressure from Thunder, and they double their lead, and they're closing in on breaking a big-time club record and going top of the table to end Friday evening.
Just a little dink, a little bit of class to get over that Dandenong Thunder defender, and then, again, another relatively simple finish as it looked, but to have the composure just to slot it into the net, always underrated. And again, Heidelberg just knocking on the door over and over again, and Dandy Thunder done well to kind of sustain it for as long as they have, but probably just one too many.
Wave and wave of Bergen's players getting down that right-hand side, and Bourgeois, his 13th goal of the season, goes level with Manny Agwek in the Golden Boot race. Let's get a quick update from around the grounds, and plenty of football happening right across Victoria, and I believe there's been a goal.
There's been a goal. Melbourne Knights. Wow. Obviously bottom of the table flash there. And as you said, with Melbourne victory still up against Oakley, a win for either of these sides will be massive.
Absolutely. Well, Heidelberg, if they hang on to this, will go 8 points clear of Dandy Thunder inside the top 2. They're going to have some defending to do here, because it's a corner here to Dandy Thunder, basically straight from kickoff. They're going to have to put together something monumental to get something from this game. Still plenty of time, but it's Heidelberg true to the good. Dandy Thunder, who are still looking for that big scalp away from home this season. It's so good at home, but yet to beat one of the top sides. Away from George Andrews Reserve, ball into the area, nodded away there by Yokokawa. Romanovsky, Taylor. Soleimani, back to Taylor. A bit of interplay. Soleimani, cross takes a deflection, and it's another corner.
Feel a little bit though, Nick Mann here. A goal for Dandy Thunder. Going to get things a little bit nervous.
Would it be fair to say that Heidelberg's second goal came against the run of play?
I actually would say so. I would say so. Maybe the eye test tells us that. I think maybe Johnny A could be sitting a bit more comfortably than maybe we think he was.
Corner here for Dandy Thunder. Ball into the near post. Left leg rises highest. Joash helps it on its way. Lesiotis. Strong challenge on this near side. No free kick. Uchida wins the throw. Dandy Thunder getting ready to make a double substitution. And they will make that now. So it's going to be Wade Decker who's coming on here for Jay Romanovsky. It looks like, I believe, Kyle Taylor to also be taken off here, replaced here by Sevdem Ismaili. So Cole Taylor, who was industrious and busy to start this second half, taken off here, but an attacking change bringing on Wade Decker and Septim Ismaili for some more legs in the middle of the park.
Well, yeah, I think this maybe shows that Adam Piddock is now looking to quicken the pace a little bit and just get a bit more direct. Maybe no more messing around too much at the back. Just going all out, try and get a goal in the next 5 minutes.
Well, Wade Decker, no stranger to goals in this competition. Can he be the man to inspire something here for Thunder as Soleimani's ball in towards Decker and left lean to safety, puts it out for a corner. Heidelberg still yet to make a substitution. Dandenong Markovic, Chuck Dow, Jay McGowan, Peter Clarkson and Anthony Theodoropoulos all on the bench. So fascinating to see if the Burgers look to change things up. Of course, some of these players played 90 minutes on Tuesday, some played less than that, but maybe just to freshen things up. And these final few minutes, the ball into the area to a very dangerous position. The ball's still not cleared, and now a chance now for Yokokawa to push the pace back the other way. And for Joash, but getting back was Edwards, who sends the ball forward, and now Uchida in a crossing position. Well defended there by Ali, and a bit of afters there, and it's going to be a free kick going to Dandy Thunder.
And Uchida's frustration is just so clear to see. And Heidelberg may be playing on that as well. Understanding maybe they can get a reaction, but nonetheless, Uchida on the left-hand side this time, winning a free kick.
Nice prolonged possession or prolonged series of attacks for Dandy Thunder. After conceding that second goal, can they make it count? Can they set up a bit of a grandstand finish here? They're looking to the box, a very dangerous position, but Collins got to head to it. Out wide there to Soleimani. Well played by Bassetto, did well and goes to ground, and he wins the free kick. Max Bassetto. Strong challenge.
Bit of front on contact there, Nick Man, I think.
Clear as day there.
Body on body.
And he's taking his time there, perhaps a little bit winded. I mean, being out there in those conditions today, you'd be feeling those. Doesn't matter how many miles you got in the legs, Ed, you'd be feeling every little bump out there today, that little bit extra.
Can you imagine it? Like, junior football.
Yeah.
Those days where it's 4 degrees and it's raining.
Sunday mornings.
And the ball hits your hand. Ooh.
Not nice.
Not nice. First world problems, obviously.
Nice. I think the only thing that would make this game worse in terms of conditions would be if it was pouring down rain.
We'd be okay.
Windy, yeah.
We're under the roof,
But I'm glad that the rain has snuck away, because really it is, in terms of the pitch and everything else. It is perfect football conditions. It's just freezing.
it's just really cold. And again, that mist is
Still lingering. No, it's not the souvlaki smoke.
or the actual smoke.
Alessi. Slowly pick their way through this very disciplined defensive unit here from Heidelberg. Clark plays it out wide. Uchida along the deck, but Collins is there to mop up and clear it away. Knorr turned over. Edwards still going. It's cleared away there by Ali. Hold up play there from Joash, but didn't have the support, and Smiley was there to get across. Here's Edwards. Decker. To push the pace here. The visitors down by 2. Jello just hasn't been able to get involved, and that's a poor pass. And Joash has Bassetto in support. Plays it short instead to Lesiotis. Was on the same wavelength as Knorr. And that bounces through to Jamie Young, and perhaps an attack just gone to waste there for Heidelberg.
Just need one more really here, McMahon, to ice this game.
Yeah, I think so too. If it's still at 2-0, it's still delicately poised. And the old football cliche of 2-0 being the most dangerous league. Ball looking for Decker. Fulton lets it run. Souza collects, goes to ground. Will it be a free kick? No. Yaron Souza as well. I actually wish Yaron Souza a big congratulations. He's actually playing his 50th Heidelberg game tonight as well. So congratulations to Yaron Souza, one of the top goalkeepers in NPL Victoria. Hasn't got a lot to do tonight, but to come out strong there to make the stop. Cheetah. Feeding it through to Jallo. Cheetah whips it in and staying for Suleimani. Puts it back in board towards Decker. Edwards. Put it away by left lead. Seto. Oh, it's a free kick awarded there to Dandy Thunder, and the Burgers fans are not happy.
Distraught is the word I'd use here, Nick Man.
They thought Basetto won it clear and feed and legally. Decker laying it into the box.
The delivery into the final third for Dandenong Thunder is, not to be too harsh, just hasn't been good enough.
Yokokawa sets a big task there for Joash, unless he did well, but right though, where it has felt at certain times, just that final ball has lacked for Thunder today.
They've been dangerous, like that entire passage of play there on the right-hand side. They had moments where they could get a good ball in and beat the first team, but they just didn't.
Yeah, it's felt like one of those nearly games for Thunder. Look there at Jamie Young there on your left there, Ed. He's doing some stretches.
The Michael Clark back stretches.
Yeah. The Yaron Souza, we just have a pick.
Maybe.
Or is perhaps he's still on the deck? No, he's up and about now, Jamie Young.
Jamie, not so young.
Jamie Young, one of the great goalkeepers here in Australian football over the last 10 years, as Basetto goes to ground. And that's going to be a yellow card to Ali Suleimani. So a free kick in a dangerous position here for Heidelberg. But talking about Jamie Young, it really can't be understated the impact he's had since coming to Dandy Thunder this season. Of course, ending his professional career with Melbourne City during the mid-season or January transfer window, joining Dandy Thunder on the eve of the season. A-League champion with Western United. Technically part of Melbourne City's championship winning side this season.
Did he get a medal?
Yokokawa standing over this free kick. Into the goal. Not a bad effort from the Japanese midfielder. It's over the bar. Of course, as well, Jamie Young, a two-time appearances, or two appearances in the PFA team of the season as well. Just to show that highly rated as well among his peers in the A-League men throughout his time with the likes of Brisbane Roar, Western United and Melbourne City. Very smart man as well, Jamie Young.
That does not surprise me at all.
Free kick there on that far side here for Dandy Thunder. Perhaps another opportunity for Dandy Thunder to...
Ooh, Nick Man having a look around the grounds again. 4-1 to Melbourne Victory under 21s.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's not even half time.
That is incredible. One of the great boilovers on the cards.
Poor Melbourne Knights locked at 1-1.
Wow. Big equaliser there, so make sure you got the split screen going.
Yes.
Look into a dangerous position. Oh, Collins did well to get ahead to it. Cheetah keeps it in. Calls for a handball against Ali. No one answered. Big collision on this near side. And Bourgeois is on the deck. After that challenge from Sebdom Ismaili. Now it's the call. Be a throw in here for Dandy Thunder. The last 13 or so minutes of this, 16 or so minutes goes to show how cold it is at the moment. We're getting our numbers mixed up. Jallo. Alessi stepping forward. Feeds through Decker. The challenge from Fulton, out for another throw. All this knocking on the door from Dandy Thunder. Can they make it count? Ball whipped in. Knocked away by Collins. Loaded into the air there. It was an audacious attempt from Decker. And it's out for a goal kick.
Tell you what, though, Nick Man, Dandy Thunder, get one of these balls right, hit a target. Something will happen.
It's game on.
Something will happen.
Yeah, it's game on.
And the nerves around the ground. I'm sure you can hear on the effects like how exuberant the fans become when a chance is missed or a tackle is laid. Heidelberg players, they feel that out there.
Well, as you said earlier, it feels like they need a third. It really feels like they need one more to put this game beyond doubt. Lesiotis. Here's a chance for Nor. Looking to put this game out of reach if he can get forward. Good challenge there from Amedi. Now a chance for Dandy Thunder to go through a cheater. Cutting inside, plays it in towards Jallo, but Collins has just been everywhere. Leaving Jallo at bay. It's Miley. Forward is Edwards. Alessi to the area. Good touch there from Clark, and it's not cleared. Calls again for a handball. Go unanswered, and Lesiotis pushing the pace back the other way. Basetto. It's a 4v3 here for Heidelberg. Basetto cuts inside, as plays to his right, goes back to his left. And a key block there from Van Amerengen. Well played from Max Basetto. Took it upon himself and wins his side a corner.
To say in that circumstance what Max Basetto really could have done better. He tried to draw the defender away to maybe open up something for his teammates, but wasn't falling for it. Eventually got in a really good position to get a shot away, but fantastic defending. But you could see the pace, the flying beams it looked like in yellow.
They were swarming.
They were.
They were swarming everywhere. And the Burgers make the most of this quarter. Put this one beyond doubt. Yokokawa into the back post. Slotted away. Nor got there first. Ali. A shooting position and plays it back towards Sebit Nor. Still going Nor. And gives away the free kick.
15 minutes left here, Nick. Starting to think for Dandenong Thunder. It's within the next 5 minutes.
They've got to go. They've got to go.
Ali Soleimani, do you put him in the midfield just so he can beat a player and make something happen?
Throw the magnets around perhaps. Cheetah. Still going, you'll gear Cheetah. Contest there with Nords. It does well to get it back onto his right. Just the safer option. Mamedi. Decker. Good defending again.
Where do they go?
It's just, as you spoke about swarming, they're swarming defensively as well.
Outrageous. Really.
So well disciplined. The Burgers just getting back every single time.
Even a cheater on the left, they've swapped wings now, so cheater's attacking on the left. And just, multiple step overs, just nowhere to go.
Heidelberg, by far one of the fittest teams in this competition. One thing that John Anastasiadis has brought into this club over the last 2 seasons, they've upped the training sessions. There's a real air of professionalism around this club, and you can see it with the calibre of players, the fitness levels. They run out games so well. And Dandy Thunder, though, perhaps, who have been quite the opposite, been teams who have been the sort of hit sides early and been able to get sides on the deck, particularly the last few weeks when they beat Preston 3-0 and scored all their goals in the opening 20 minutes or so. They won 6-0 last week, and 3 of those goals were before half-time. But today, just been unable to breach this Heidelberg unit. But also, we spoke about it earlier, for how good Dandy Thunder have been at home. Again, just been unable to get that big scalp away from home, and that's how how important top 2 football is, and if they don't get a result today, they will be 8 points behind the Burgers. And that race for that all-important week off in the final series. Decker. Feeding it through towards Suleimani, but a bit too much on it there from the former Melbourne City man. And it's out for a goal kick. The words of encouragement coming from the Burgers fans in front of us. A result today will make it a club record.
It's a statement result as well, just in the context of this season, to potentially lock out Dandenong. And there have been no clear-cut chances.
No.
For Dandenong Thunder. Not one. And they are one of the better offensive sides.
It's remarkable. But also now, if the Burgers can hang on and win this game, they would have beaten all their contenders around them this year. Of course, they still have to play Avondale and Oakley again, but they beat Oakley away at Jack Edwards. They beat Avondale here. They hadn't beaten Dandy Thunder just yet, but now, if this continues, they certainly would have. And they beat Preston last week. They've beaten Humes. They've beaten all the top 6 sides, bar Dandy Thunder, before tonight. Thunder, though, they've still got time. Perhaps time enough to maybe get a draw if they can get one back quickly. Alessi. Yellow jerseys everywhere, and he's forced to retreat to Van Amerengen. Good touch there from the Dutchman. Ball is well collected there from Yaron Souza.
That's how quickly it can change, though, Nick Mann. Going back around the grounds. Green Gully and Dandenong City still locked at 0-0. Heading into the final 20 minutes. And Oakley versus...
nervous moment there for Jamie Young.
Oakley versus Melbourne Victory under 21s. 4-1 at the halftime break, as well as 1-1 for Port Melbourne and Melbourne.
Big results for those sides in the relegation zone, but of course with Oakley down 4-1, a massive result for Heidelberg and Dandy Thunder. I think it means that Dandy Thunder will remain third at the end of this week, which is huge for them. Yellow card awarded. Strong challenge. That was from Daniel Clark.
I see a change here for Heidelberg, Nick Mann.
Yeah, perhaps now just getting some fresh legs on to see out this contest. Closing in. And yet another win. Win number 14 this season in the league. Just keep rattling the ball off for Heidelberg. They really are the team to beat this season. This will be their 31st. Let me start again. If they can hang on here to a result, we'll make it 31 games unbeaten in league games, regular season games. We're not talking about that final last year, but they have not lost at home. That is incredible.
What is it about this ground?
I wish I knew. I wish I knew. Well, Sevic Nor and Max Macedo are going to be coming off here. With Jay McGowan coming on here for the Burgers. I believe as well, Trump Dow for the final few moments. Heidelberg just looking to see this one out. We're getting in towards the final few moments here on a very chilly winter's night here in Melbourne's north. Yokokawa feeding it through Dow with his first touch along the deck. And it's behind for a corner. And almost an instant impact there from Chok Dow.
Maybe too unselfish. Just to play back inside. Maybe he just needed to scoop that into the bottom left.
What a moment that would have been there for the former Preston Lion. loose, takes a bounce inside the area, scramble of players. I think it was Collins that went to ground after he had the attempts, but it's cleared away. Ali chases it down. It's out for a throw-in, so Heidelberg, they want more. They want blood. They want a third. They want to wrap this game up. Ensure that there'll be no late comebacks. Dandy Thunder haven't quite given up the ghost yet. Van Amerengen. Cheetah, heavy touch, and it's well played there from McGowan getting back, and this is intercepted. Big collision there, and it's worked out okay here for Dandy Thunder. Again, calls for a handball, go unanswered. Lucas Matty has let a bit go tonight. Don't mind it.
No, I think it's been really well for the game. Standing on Thunder supporters on the far right, on the far opposite side. Maybe a lot louder.
Yeah. Edwards. Alessi, back to Edwards. What do they create here? Again, just yellow jerseys everywhere. All the players back behind the ball, and see they're taking no risks. Heidelberg with this 2-goal advantage. Cheetah gets him behind. Wins his side a corner. Time's running out for Dandy Thunder, but if they can score one now, it's very, very interesting. Cheetah on corner duties. Ball into the near post. It's nodded away. Will be coming back. Edwards. Switching ball back out to Cheetah. Tall Timbers stayed up from the back. Cheetah's ball into the area, and it's well collected there from Yaron Souza. Cool, calm as ever.
The defensive work from set pieces for Heidelberg has been really, really solid.
It's a great ball looking for Dow. Just taking an unnecessary, or not unnecessary, an unlucky
Uncalled
sort of
for.
spin against Chop Dow.
A redundant bounce.
A bit of Shane Warne leg spin on that sort of one there. So he bounced out for a throw-in.
Yeah, the defensive partnership for Heidelberg has just been, man, you can't fault it really.
Yeah. It's been incredible. The defensive unit has just been brilliant from the get-go as Lesiotis, still going here, Anthony Lesiotis, looking for McGowan on that far side, finds the substitute, has players waiting in the middle, takes a deflection. And Lucas Mania just got in the way there of Moe Dara. Lesiotis got there before Jallo, but Decker getting back to help out. Solani, Dow putting him under enormous pressure, and that's going to be a free kick to the visitors against the Heidelberg substitute. Quite incredible that this record is set to end. It's stood since 1960. Fed through there from Decker, and the flag's up against Hassan Jallo. Wade Decker, not best pleased with that one.
Was that your own research, Nick Man, that uncovered that statistic? Did you go through the archives?
I had a source. We know about that one. The source of the source.
A tip.
Yeah, a tip off before the game about. I knew that they were unbeaten in 16.
I didn't quite know the significance.
Didn't know the significance of it being, of what it would mean in the grand scheme of things. And I was just doing another quick fact check to make sure we had all the numbers correct.
You checked in with the source.
I just checked back the messages with the source.
Read the receipts.
Yep. Made sure that it was all good. Dow. Fulton. Display left back free kick anyway.
You grab the ball on the ground, it's your free kick.
Yeah, it's yours. Yeah. It's yours. We're getting ready to make another substitution in just a few moments. Just looking to play the seconds now. Close this one out. They're playing with a pull pass there. Just away the throw in. Decker takes it quickly. Clark in behind left lead. Decker is along the deck. Deflection inside the area, but Jamal Ali comes up with it. And he could go here, Ali. Hesitated for a second, but now he's off to the races. But well defended by Mehmeti. Still might work out here. Here's Joash. Ali playing it out wide to McGowan. There's plays in the middle. Bourgeois, still a chance. Lesiotis on the shot. So it's blocked. And now Decker. Through, but it goes straight to Ben Collins. Souza sends it long upfield. Bounce for a throw in, and we'll see a few substitutions here. Looks like Dandy Thunder as well going to make a change. Short turnaround for Dandy Thunder. Cup action on Tuesday night against Avondale out at Paisley Park. So make sure that if you are heading out to that game, don't go to Avenger Park because there'll be no football there. As
why is it a Paisley Park?
Floodlight situation. So Ali Suleimani and Hassan Jallo coming off here. It'll be Liramel Marzi and Jock Aqueen coming on for the final few minutes. Anthony Lesiotis and Bourgeois coming off here for the Burgers. It'll be Peter Klaassen coming on here. So Fletcher Fulton coming off as well. Dalibor Markovic and Anthony Theodoropoulos, who scored in midweek in the Cup, coming on here for the Burgers. So both teams just emptying the clip a little bit and getting some of those perhaps cooler bodies who are on the bench and a bit of a run, but they're going to have to still do those classic post-game run-throughs regardless.
I hate watching.
I feel sorry for it. Yokokawa sends it long. 3 minutes of added time here.
So Avenger Park doesn't have any floodlights?
Not floodlights that are up to scratch for the nighttime football, hence why they play the 3 p.m. kickoffs. The ball over the top looking for Clark. Queen on that far side. Well played by Ali. Collins under pressure. It's out for a throw-in. Next for them in the league. Trip to Lakeside on Sunday night. Or the following Sunday, they play South Melbourne. Then back at home for 2 massive home games against Avondale and Oakley for Dandy Thunder. So a big month coming up for them in both the league and the Cup.
You reckon we'll get those games?
I don't know. We'll see if they like us. I'd like to do those because they are going to be great games of footy, particularly those games at George Andrews where Dandy Thunder have been so good at home this year. Heidelberg, Hume City away up next, and Dandy City at home. 2 more road trips against Altona and Green Gully. So playing against some of those sides and around that race for finals. Some more tests on the way for the Burgers. As chopped out, looking to get forward. Cuts inside. Short to the substitute Markovic. And Heidelberg can just sit on the ball here.
Markovic at fullback.
Yes, well you spoke about Lazar Markovic. It's of course Dalibor Markovic. So after your early mention, we get here eventually. Markovic looking for the tall timber of Peter Klaassen. Theodoropoulos gets there. Here's Peter Klaassen. Oh, the flag is up. And he was hoping for that one. He was hoping to add another here for the Burgers.
He's a very tall man.
Yes, I believe.
Got a height stat there, Nick?
I do not, but I reckon he would easily be 6'3", 6'4".
I was going to say he's bigger than that. I was going to say like 6'5". Wow, he's up there.
He is a very imposing figure. Haven't seen too much of him this season, of course. Behind Bourgeois in the pecking order at the Burgers.
Seems like a different profile of player.
Yeah. Much more physical.
Yeah.
Much taller presence
Very
inside.
long legs.
Yeah.
Not often you see that big of a gap between the bottom of the shorts and the top of the socks. not sure.
That's a good question.
Do you see it? Do you see it as well?
To take that one to the lap.
What a lower thigh, upper chin.
Job done for Heidelberg. 17 games unbeaten. Top of the table. Club record in place. Heidelberg come away with a 2-0 win against Dandenong Thunder here. A statement result for them. Goals from Jamal Ali and Bourgeois, the difference between the two sides. They make it. As mentioned, 17 games unbeaten in all competitions, breaking their long-standing 65-year record with a big result here tonight. They do go top of the ladder, 4 now, jumping Avondale, who of course in action against St Albans, while Dandy Thunder are in third. Now are going to have a bit of a mountain to climb if they want to get themselves into the top 2 for finals football. Ed Gooden, your final summations here from another win for the Heidelberg football.
Well, you said it very well, man. A statement victory in a historic context, but also just in the context of this season. Dandenong Thunder were just shut down from an attacking perspective. We said at about the 80th minute mark that we hadn't seen a clear-cut chance, and we didn't see one for the full 90 either. So for Heidelberg to just shut them down completely was hugely impressive. You look at the defensive structure and then the hard-working midfield as well. I mean, you could say that every player on the park really deserved 3 votes, but a Johnny A masterclass in the cold, Nick Mann.
Absolutely. He was the man who masterclassed the end of Heidelberg's unbeaten run 10 years ago, but he's the man who has led Heidelberg to breaking that 65-year record with a win today. And they are cruising towards finals. They've got the record intact. They're top of the table. What a week it's been for them in the national stage of the Australia Cup, the semis of the Doherty Cup. They are flying through the winter months. It might be cold, but the burgers are hot at the moment at Olympic Village. We're signing off here on this very chilly Friday night. I've been Nick Tabano, joined by Ed Gooden. Ed, it's been a pleasure to have your company here tonight.
As always.
We'll be back next week, let's hope, for more football of NPL Victoria. Plenty more action happening right across the state. So head on over to the NPL Victoria YouTube page. For myself, Nick Tabano, and Ed Gooden, signing off from Olympic Village, Heidelberg United 2, Dandenong Thunder 0.